Hello guys, Computer Fanboy here, and I am doing a review on the camera that I'm using, which is called the Microsoft Lifecam Cinema. And the major advantage of using this camera versus other cameras is that it does shoot in 1280 by 720p, which is high definition. So this is an HD webcam to an extent, not 1080p, but to be honest, who's going to be using YouTube for 60-inch screen TVs that need 1080p to make it look good? I mean, if you are using it, then that's really good for you. But this is definitely suffice to what I use. So, one thing I really like about this camera is its auto zoom focus. So I'm going to take my phone right here, which is the LG Envy Touch, and show you this. Now you see it's kind of messed up if I go zoom in here. It takes literally a couple of seconds, but as you can see, it zooms into the camera, which is a really nice feature. So I'm going to see, I can click here. Really neat. Has a zoom. However, the zoom does affect your foreground, but I can... Takes a second. There we go. Now the zoom is nice, however, as you can see, it takes a couple of minutes to get it working properly. Not minutes, but seconds. And this is the box it came in. It's a real pain to open this thing up, so if you do get it, just be aware. It's a pain to get it up. And I'm trying the autofocus zoom, but it's not working 100%, but there we go. So, it's definitely useful, but the only complaint which I fixed, thankfully, is it used to have a high-pitched noise in the background. It was really bad, and it's not really the best reason to get this camera. If you're looking for a really decent camera, then I go with something made by Logitech, which has some pretty decent cameras. But for what I'm using it for, it works fine for my Windows computer. I have tried it in Mac, but the auto zoom focus doesn't work on it, as well as other features. And what's nice about the software, which it's not really 100% great, is that you can add effects to it like most webcams. So if I want something like a different color like that, or something like that, it actually does look rather cool. And black and white. Certain effects I can just do with photo editing, but if I'm live with a person, I can just use these effects. So it's a pretty cool look. And this is supposed to be a graphics one, but the graphics ones don't load, and I get a pretty decent system. And if you saw, mine says poor system performance, which is kind of surprising. Got a quad-core 2.67 gigahertz, so it's not... Here we go. Ding. Anyways, there's other effects that you can apply as well, such as this one, this one, this one. So it's great if you just want to have fun. Definitely takes a second to get this correct, and unfortunately it's bringing down the FPS, so my audio sync will not be great. But other than that, it's a good camera for doing reviews, and like I can zoom in to this pamphlet of Wes Craven's Nightmare. And it does zoom in. And if I go back here, you can even read the text. It's pretty decent enough to read text. Just give it a second. There we go. It is a little bit slow, but it does work. So as you can see, this is in 720p, and it does work pretty well. And what's nice is it does work with Windows Live Call as well as the Windows Live Photo Gallery, which means you can just upload it. And what I really like about this camera, and I should have been recording this with my Mac Lifecam, is the fact that you can bend the camera. So this is what it looks like in the back, right here, as you can see. And I'll even zoom into the text. Takes a second. flexible stand for notebooks and desktop PCs, as you can see, and HD. Now, I gotta be honest, for a $60 webcam, this is not bad at all for HD. It's definitely sharp. The only problem is it does have these, like here, like you saw, it does take a second for it to auto-adjust itself, but it definitely works, and it works well in full HD. As you can see, the hair is crisp, my foreground background is crisp, my shirt, it does come in HD, so it works pretty well. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for the review. It's a great webcam except for the microphone, and I'd recommend using a different microphone. But if you have a computer with USB 2.0 as well as at least 1 gig of free space, you should be good in installing this, as well as speakers, obviously. Not much on the box here, but what I recommend is definitely use a different software application other than the Microsoft Lifecam software included. That's pretty much it for the review. Just definitely use a different microphone, because the microphone's not great, and I can prove this by having listened to the microphone, obviously. So guys, thank you for watching this video. I'm Computer Fanboy. Remember, not a computer fanboy of Macs, Linux, or PCs. I like all three of them, and I feel each one has its pluses and disadvantages as well. So thank you guys for watching, and definitely subscribe.